Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa, and today I'm doing something a little bit scary and very much out of the ordinary for me. I am actually drawing in a book. So I'm somebody who's very much against writing in books and underlining and highlighting on all that, because I don't like to see other people's highlights and underlinings, because it interrupts my experience and pulls me out of the flow. And I like to read used books, and I like to give back my used books for other people to read. So usually I'm a big no marking up books person. But I have actually been thinking about drawing in this particular book, or this particular series of books, for a while. This is a poetry book, specifically The Princess Saves Herself in this one. And ever since I read the first book out of this series that I found, which was The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one, I have been thinking about maybe possibly drawing a little bit in these books, because there's so much white space. There's great space to do it, and I also find the series super inspiring. I've done multiple art pieces based on the books in this series. And I'm trying not to say the actual titles too many times, because when I go into the subtitling, I have to go and uppercase every stinking word in this very long title, because none of them will uppercase automatically, and it's very irritating. So I'm just going to refer to it as this series from now on. Anyway, I find it very inspiring, and then recently one of the co-hosts for the VaLITines readathon came out with a challenge relating to the readathon, and is a video challenge specifically, so it's meant for YouTube. There are various challenges that are specifically for Twitter and for Instagram as well, but this one is for YouTube, and it is challenge number 3, use your resources. It was Et2Brody who came up with this, and the challenge is to use your talents, whatever they may be. If you're a makeup artist, or a artist like me who does drawing and painting, or a knitting person, or someone who cosplays, whatever you do, to apply that to the world of books and a book that you love, and do some kind of art or craft or artistic creative thing that suits you, and make a video of it to show the world you applying your talent to books. He made some fan art of one of his favorite books, and so I decided that this was a great opportunity to actually get around to drawing in one of the books that I find very inspiring. So I decided to pick 3 different pages, and I would do little simple pen and ink illustrations, quite a bit along the lines of what I made for Inktober, so mostly line art, all black and white, fairly simplified forms, and I would make 3 things that would each suit a poem on a particular page. So the first drawing he did was of a magical broom, and you can tell it's magical because it's got a really weird shaped stick, and it's got some little sparkles coming off of it, and that is next to a long poem that is talking about Harry Potter and how the author of this poetry collection found inspiration and solace and escapism reading Harry Potter as a child. The second illustration I showed you my sketching process for, and that one is a lioness. And I was inspired to make this by a poem that is about a lioness who is no longer afraid to let the world hear her roar. And I really love big cats. I really love small cats. So I also love big cats and find them very inspiring. And of course I am right now planning to reread the Song of the Lioness Quartet by Tamora Pierce, starting with Alana the First Adventure for the Femme Fatale readathon coming up in March. And so lionesses are particularly evocative of warrior women for me, and so I thought that was a good option for my second illustration. And I based this both on the lioness that is rearing up on the shield of Alana on the cover of Lioness Rampant, which is the last book in that series, and also on a few other illustrations of lionesses that I found on the internet, all kind of conglomerated together and put into my style. And then the last illustration that I did was based on a poem that is in the second to last section of the book, which is called the Queen, which comes after the sections The Princess and the Damsel. And so this poem is about a queen who has been hurt by a dragon. The dragon goes away, the queen recovers and becomes very strong, and then the dragon comes back and tries to fight her again, and she shoots fire at him. And I really liked that imagery, and I really like fire magic. And you might be aware I painted a fire witch back in October or November and really enjoyed that, and she was based on one of the books from this series. So I was inspired once again by the themes of powerful women wielding fire, and so I decided to draw a hand with a little ball of fire magic coming out of it. And I am still not very good at drawing hands, so it took a long time to do the sketch for this, and I don't think that the end product is perfect, but I am happy with it, so that's something. And so these are the 3 illustrations that I ended up making in this book, and I think that they go along with it nicely and don't detract at all. I think they kind of add to it instead of detracting, so I'm happy that I did these. And I really like that this poetry book has so much room in it to draw. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!